It's Lorelei and the laser eyes. We return to the mysterious hotel and try to remember what we need to be doing. Yes, we, I think, have to go to our room and call the guy we saw in the lobby for further instructions. I guess mental notes. Yes. Get the room key at the reception desk and call the guy at 1963. Okay, well, let's head down then, trying to remember the layout. See, I'm not sure we even know what our room number is. Okay, we have telephone directory, so we can call various places and various people. Maybe that's where we can call the elevator repair as well, because we check their name. Wow, they really make this long. There's a computer here. There's a surveillance as well, so we can see another image. There's someone painting in the garden, so we should check that out in a minute. Telephone here, but we don't want to call anyone right now. Okay, that's that. This is a bolted shortcut. And then we get $1. There's a letter. Whom it may concern, it has come to our attention that Mr. Nero has contacted you to work on his project. We are writing to let you know that we are not involved in any capacity with Mr. Nero nor any of his project as of late last year. Anyone choosing to still associate with Mr. Nero after receiving this letter will be regarded as complicit in Mr. Nero's game. Furthermore, my personal advice for your own safety is to not engage with Mr. Nero, as it has been proven time after time that his behavior is erratic, perhaps even dangerous. Sincerely, Robert Sidney. Yeah, it seems like he's some sort of crazy artist that goes overboard. So we have 1963 and last year. So this maybe opens. Oh no, this is some sort of you can make numbers with the shapes of some sort, because I don't see a key being anywhere out for us, so I assume it's in the cabinet. And well, what numbers can we make? We could turn this into a 5 and this to a 0 and this to a 2, but it feels like we probably need some clue to understand what number we're trying to make, because 1962 isn't gonna work, right? This basically only makes a 7. Yeah, so there's a bunch of combinations here that could happen, so we're not gonna just brute force them all. Well, let's check the elevator, because I think there was a name of the repair place, so maybe we can call Hausmeister. Let's see if we can find that. Hausmeister, yeah, there we go. 06 52 54. 06 52 54. Hausmeister, how may I help you? What do you mean broken? Of course it is. They're tearing it all down. Are you calling from there? Who is this? You shouldn't be there. Hello? Oh, okay. So this place might be condemned and we're not supposed to be here, and the guy's just using it for his nefarious purposes. Signorina, it's me. When your horse barks, one has made a mistake. There was a misunderstanding about the elevator. It couldn't be trusted. It should be working now. Please, Signorina, forget about Hausmeister. Well, so we did fix it in a way by doing that. Okay, well, let's see the woman painting in the garden then. She's painted the symbols again in a new configuration. Can I not interact with it? Well, I can pet the dog. That's important. Always pet the dog. Okay, well, let's just copy this next to the other version. I don't know, I have two of those app triangles crossed out previously. One was upside down. Is that dog just peeing on that tree? Like, they put a bunch of detail into the dog animation. Oh yeah, and I've been looking into it, and yes, apparently the hotel is called Last Year in German, and then the place we're in, based on this foreign map, Oggenwaldberg, is Ice Forest Mountain. So it's an Ice Forest Mountain. Totally not disturbing to imagine that picture. Okay, well, elevator's working, so let's check it out. Okay, well, where can we go in this elevator? Can do alarm and go basement. More paint stains. Another $1. Yeah, bolted from the other side. more posters. OQ3 KLV electronics. Okay, well, not sure if important or not. A red square here, but doesn't seem to do anything. KLB, yeah, more KLB electronics. KLB electronics. Maybe it's like in this area you need to know about KLB electronics. We're now 14.4% of the truth. Big splotches of the paint here. Ooh. Some big machine. Okay. Log into the computer. Input username followed by return. Input password followed by return. Set memory secrets followed by return. Okay, well, this is the symbols we've been gathering from the posters, but we only have a few of them, and I assume we need to fail it to get out. Okay, this is a different symbol. Okay, we need to keep an eye out for that then. And then, memory sequences. Okay, interesting. Yes, login failed. Well, I wasn't expecting it to work. Finally, my Deus Ex Machina has arrived. The plot device that will solve our problems. Oh, here he is again. Is it working yet? Has it shown you anything significant? Does it know about what happened? Forgive me, but this device makes me nervous, like the pan who sold the egg. Our entire project and future depends on it, Signorina. It holds the final truth for us. We must find out everything required to operate it. This is your most important task here. Buona fortuna, Signorina. Well, that sounds like you need to gather a lot of info for this to work. But yes, we've seen the first set of the shapes, but I've not really noted anything about that second set yet. And yes, we'll need to know like what order they come in because they come from the magic posters and we don't have one of them. And then we still have unknown things to find. Okay, well, let's keep using the elevator then and see where that takes us. But yeah, looks like this game has a fair amount of puzzles for us to solve, or try to solve at least. And what could be this truth that he wants us to find? This is 1973. Of course, it's locked. Yeah, we don't have anything to unlock doors. Yes, everything needs to be unlocked. What else is here? Okay, we've got another dollar. We've got another locked door. Okay. This one has leather and Simmons. What can we make here? No D to make dead. Yeah, need to find more clues. Always need more clues. There's a piano. Laser eyes. 1963-2014. I am an old woman. I am yesterday's something. What we have? Yep, we can play the piano. Just go crazy. But we can only do one note at a time. So how do we exit? Okay, close it. Yeah, play the tune on the piano. Does it actually want us to play the tune? Like those notes are a bit weirdly arranged. Like what does it want us to like? Because like the notes are taking up four lines on the bar. That's not how note to work. So there must be some key to how they map. The numbers are top are just the bars. But then what? Because there is maybe 4 spaces actually the note can fit in. Yes, just more and more questions. There's an E door. It's locked. Unbelievable. Well, right now this seems to be very much about just collecting more and more puzzles to solve. Computer here. There's a light. Turn the lantern. Ooh. Secret passage. Secret passage. It's locked. Okay. And so we need like keys to specific shapes. Let's see. The secret passage. Okay, we have 1953. Of course it's locked, but we have to click on it so it saves. And there is the spades door, also locked. We can continue on. Another locked door with Roman numerals this time. We're gonna be making some numbers. And there is a missing crank for the chandelier. And there's a key on the chandelier. So that's gonna be something. We're gonna do nothing further here. No. Okay, well, we still have another floor in the elevator. There's a poster with some bells. The third eye hears all. It's an eye, how can it hear? And this is shortcut 12. So if we look in our books, we look for puzzle number 12. Okay, so yeah, which number is hidden behind the black bar? So we have to figure out what the pattern is. 14916 364964 110. Okay, so they're gonna be morphing in some way. I assume like there's a relationship between the numbers where you add something, multiply something. Making like relationship between individual numbers doesn't seem to make any pattern. There's 18 numbers here, and well, I'm assuming there are 2 numbers would fit in the blank space. And with 18 numbers, we can make groups of 2, groups of 3, groups of 6, or groups of 9. So something between those groups, maybe. So doing uniform groups also didn't go anywhere. But if we consider different numbers, like they don't have to be just single number or pair or free, we can split this into 1, 4, 9, 16, the missing number, 36, 49, 64, 81, and 100, which is just a sequence of squares, which means the missing number should be 25, which we're going to find out when we try to open this secret passage. There we go. But yeah, that doesn't advance any game puzzles. Yeah, that just gets us on this floor where the map is. Okay, but now we have the elevator here. And there's just more places we can't get into. Interestingly, on this map, it says that this is a locked passage, but there is no door here, like that door there we can see. So that's interesting. What are we even doing? Because yeah, we've collected a lot of things to solve. We have 6 pages of things to solve, but get room key at reception desk. Well, I tried. Can we just call 1963 on the phone? But that might be just in our room phone. Okay, so Dan things also stay here. So yes, we just have unlock a lot of things. So the only thing that's not unlock a lot of things is get into our room, which is also kind of unlock a thing, but not in the same way. Is our room 214? I am worried about finding out about what this guy did to cats, since he seems to hate them so much. Okay, can we call 1963? Does that do anything? Also, you know, who remembers phones like this? Okay, yeah, that works. Pronto. Ciao. Did you find anything new? Ask for advice? They're just gonna give us hints. Even the greatest artist can make a bad omelette. Was there anything else, Bella? There is no news. No? Arrivederci. Well, very unhelpful. We're making a bad omelette, apparently. Where is this? Yeah, this is the key cabinet, so that's where our key is. But how can we? Yes, it's 1963 last year, which is also the name of the hotel. What can we make here? Because yeah, that's not gonna make any other numbers like that. That square, unless we're not making numbers. It's just a diversion. We're making something else. Spelling chop, not chop. Interesting, there's like 2 picture frames next to here, but one of them is missing 2 sides, so it spells like L-O. Might just be the reading into things. And we can't make an L here, because well, we can kind of make a 1, because, yeah, that covers up the thing. So actually, can't make a 9. Make a 2 or a 5. Yeah, maybe we would need a complete square to make a 9. Oh, was I just not thinking about this hard enough? 1962. It was actually possible to make that. No, I am confused. Does it want the 1 to be the other way? Like this? Oh, there we go. Oh my god. Get $1 and yeah, 2014 key. Progress. There we go, 2014, our room. Yeah, it's locked, but this time, we have a key. Oh. There is someone in our room. It's what? She's fast asleep. Wake her up, maybe. A bit rude. Got the laser eyes. Young woman. Before I go, please help me see. Okay. What is she gonna be seeing? Lasers. Name of resident. Date of admission. Miss suffers from and the latter is believed to be a symptom of early stages of It's likely that Miss condition is Lately, Miss has been receptive to verbal communication. Nurses have seen noticeable reactions when mentioning things such as family members, friends, places she has visited, or things related to her work. I believe that this verbal stimuli is beneficial for Mrs. The care team intends to find more information about Miss. Visitors will be encouraged to communicate with her using any verbal stimuli the care team finds advisable. Well then, she's been here since 2014. Cool. It's not 2014 yet because it's 1963, but is this like a future version of us? This is time travel. So this is our room because this is us, because yes, this is the old version of us. It's broken. Well, yes, it is. Okay, we got some videotapes, or a stack of empty video cassette boxes. That's all of his movies. Yeah, okay, so we get to see all of the posters. Banker Renato leaves the city life behind and decides to sail the ocean to experience the calm of being in the eye of a storm. He robs his own bank to buy a ship, which he names Lily Christine. Throughout his journey, he meets creatures and seafarers who all seem to bear a resemblance to people he has met before. There's an American dollar in the box. We got a dollar. Due Tbilisi. The irresponsible Lieutenant Resnick serves in a distant outpost during World War I. Out of boredom, he cuts out his eyes to get sympathy from his commanding officer, Major Lawrence, whom he later seduces. A strange and dangerous love affair plays out while the war creeps even closer. Okay. Ace of Hearts. Gambler Roberto loses a bet to the one-eyed radical Lori. To cancel his debt, she was him to infiltrate the military-industrial complex. When Roberto inadvertently causes an international diplomatic crisis during a game of cards, Lori decides that nuclear war is unavoidable, and in the name of peace, they form the terror group, the Ace of Hearts, to speed up the process. Wow, those are some plots right there. A card fell out from the box. The Ace of Hearts is obtained. Okay, can we open a heart door with that? The etymologist's dream. R. An ordinary librarian finds the indecipherable book thousands years ago in his library. The words within puzzle him, and his research leads him to an underground book club where he befriends Elle. She takes him to a fortune teller, and in the crystal they see that R wrote 1,000 years ago himself. Okay, yeah, that might have something to do with our journey where we're somehow here as a young and old version of ourselves. A dog like all other dogs. In post-war Dusseldorf, the homeless Rudy looks for his blind dog Lazarus in the ruined city. As Rudy realizes that dogs have more value than him, he transforms himself into a Labrador, only to find himself in a constant fear of being cooked and served in a fancy restaurant. What is the meaning of this? Automobile. 3 women, all named Regina, lose their minds after hearing rock singer The Little Leaf on the radio. To symbolize their higher state of consciousness, they change their names to Retina. As they learn that Little Leaf is to perform in Helsinki, they steal a sports car and embark on violent quest to find the man of their dreams. And Animal Terrible? Okay, well that one is disturbing, so read at your own risk. The Third Eye. There is no description. But yes, this guy, the back of the box is completely blank, but there's a note inside. Cinema sostenuto manifesto. Cinema does not need people to exist. A piece of art exists in itself and for itself. All art can and should not be for mankind. We must make special cinemas for showing movies that transcend the human experience and shift the perspective from the viewer. Such a cinema has no need for chairs or popcorn and has no room or need for people at all. A projectionist starts the film and it's given ample time to vacate before the credits. Then the show begins. No chatter, no commercials, no inane questions about the plot. Pure cinema, untarnished by greedy eyes. Yes, this guy has some weird obsession with eyes and people going crazy and the art being more than you would ever think. There is no set inserted, yes. Well, we don't have any because there was nothing in the boxes, but also some of those I for sure do not want to see. Okay, there is a maze, which kind of seems like the maze I saw at one of the doors. So we'll probably need this for later. And there's a ladder. There's a dollar. And there's another document tube. That's Loft Binden. Let's look into our architect sketches and see if we can figure this one out. Architect sketches. This Loft Binden. Remember to report host lion. Okay, so we're trying to build this building out of those components. So we just have to find the correct pieces. Now I'm like looking at the first three things and it's like, okay, so they have slight differences in like window counts on different areas. Let's see. So not this one because it has a extra window here. We don't want that. This window, 3 windows here, 2 windows here. So that might be it because this one, what's wrong with this one? Or is it like this one just seems weirdly offset up and down because I'm not sure otherwise what the difference is between those two. So those two are potential. This one is missing a window here, so not this one. This one, again, it just seems like this is just further down on the plan, but what does it indicate? And then the other side, we have, that's not enough windows. That's enough windows. That's wrong windows. That's, oh, there's a window missing on this one here. So not this. Okay, so we have this or this. What is the difference then? Okay, the tower is taller, but we want the tower to be touching the bit. Okay, so we have this side. So there must be some difference in those three that I'm just not spotting right now. So we know we're gonna use this section. Then what does it mean for the other sections? Like, are they just too small? Oh, this one is missing the middle door. That's why it's not gonna work. So yeah, it's not this one because no middle door. So we got this and this. So yes, what is up with this? Then those fit. So that seems like potential. And then this one also fits. Like, what am I missing in terms of comparing those two? Oh, the tower here has the little tip, but we don't want the little tip. There is no tip here. So we want the 195. So we have 195 plus 275. So that's 470. Let's see if that works. 470. Yep, we get another map. Okay, yeah, so this is just the loft map. So we're here and that's like locked off room, but there's a whole other section we can get to through another entrance, one staircase and one other ladder on the other side. The small loft of the hotel houses an impossibly large room and small spaces used for storage, perfect for the many planned projects in the building. Well, we have to find the other entrance then. Well, so yeah, it seems like I've got the gist of how to do those puzzles, but somehow I couldn't open those two other tubes, so I should probably think about it some more. How was your room, Signorina? Oh, he's hanging out here now. Was it what you expected? No, I wasn't expecting an all-dying lady in my room. Explain, there was someone in there. You really like puzzles, Signorina? Let me think. I've got it. You were the someone, like, I mean, yes? That was an inventive riddle, Bella. Now, Signorina, I forgot to ask you the most important thing. Did you bring the script pages like we agreed? Yeah, what did we agree on? Apparently I have no memory of the agreement. Signorina. This is the problem bigger than a jackpot. A very big problem. How do you suppose we will find out how it ends? I don't know. How will we find out? I suggest you make it very high priority to bring them to me. Well, there was something about missing script pages, right? So we have to find them. Okay, well, we found 12 out of the $45 in this hotel. So still plenty to go. Oh, this is now open because I guess we opened 214 like it said. Oh, no, not this way. And there was a ghost. We should be scared. Lorelei Weiss. In Nome, we are invited to see the thoughts of a person as they are formed. 9 slates, some containing letters, forming a seemingly nonsensical word, seem to grow as ideas on the subject's forehead. The piece is cryptic, even maze-like, and ultimately lets us use our imagination to project our own ideas onto its slates. Where we want to go here. There is a locked door with a keypad, yep. That is not the code. And there is the other door with some symbols. Grenade, Schwarzwald, Himmel's Horper, which again, I've also looked into that, and that's apparently German for celestial bodies. So like, things in the sky and stuff like that. I do not speak German, so I've had to look it up. Having mostly used her talents and training in traditional paintings for landscapes and portraits, Fahrzeil's motives became more and more minimal, sometimes even simple, by the end of her life. Her later work would often include mystic symbols, some not deciphered to this day. Yes, we got Moon, we got Mars, we got Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, and the Sun. Will we need those for something? Who knows? We will probably find out at some point. Okay, that's not anything. More ghosts. Another shortcut. So this is 6. Okay, let's look in our book. What's puzzle 6? Okay, what is y minus x? Okay, so we need to find out the patterns once again and then get them to do a thing. Well, for the patterns, I assume like the dividing spaces might be important in some way, as well as maybe rows and columns. Okay, so it appears that in every shape, the numbers add up to 100. So the y by itself would have to be 100. And then, the number missing from the middle is going to be 22. So it's 100 minus 22, which is going to be 78. Let's see. It is locked. 75, 6, 7, 8. Yep, and we get into a space of some sort that is bolted from the other side. Okay, so kind of a shortcut, but not really. There's a dollar. There's a door here too, also bolted from the other side. So yeah, we need to open the other doors first. Now where are we even? Somewhere in the gallery, so. And there's a hole in the floor. Jump down, not right now. Plus we could die, so let's save. We also have to follow the ghosts. Maybe not the time to be jumping off. Okay, another movie poster, but this one has a Roman numeral. This is 10, so possibly not for the lock, because maybe that one had 8. There's a door with the keypad, but the keypad is blank, so yeah, okay, so that one I have 4 inputs we need to find. Well, we can try the hole then. Wow, she jumped in, like, not even lower herself down. Yeah, we've got some sort of chapel. There's a cube-shaped hole in the frame. Well, we don't have a cube, so nothing to do now. Confessional, there is a voice from inside the confessional. May the Lord be in your heart and help you to confess your sins. Confess lies? Such small sins happen. This is not your real sin. Confess theft. This is barely a sin. Okay, I can just go around stealing them. This is not what you meant to confess, is it? Okay, well, I guess I did it. Yes, yes. God, the Father of mercies, through the death and resurrection of his Son, has reconciled the world to himself and sent the Holy Spirit among us to the forgiveness of sins. Through the ministry of the Church, may God give you pardon and peace, as I absolve you from your sins. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The path to the truth shall open. Okay, well, we just have to admit to murder. It's fine. No? Forgive me, Signorina. They hide the secret buttons very well. Let's see. It must be this one. Okay, new path. And there is another cube-shaped hole on this painting. Okay, they all have cube-shaped holes. And there's a book. I saw a horse as white as the moonlight, and the rider presented herself as Pestilentia. In her hands was a bow, and its arrows were filled with dirt and blood from the sick. The second rider was named Bellum, and she rode a horse red as blood. A great sword was given to her, and she set out to destroy peace among men. And I saw the third horse. It was black as the night, and the rider was known as Fames. She carried a pair of scales, and with her misery and starvation followed. The fourth rider came from the land of the dead, and presented herself as Morse. Her horse was pale, and she carried a scythe. There was an American dollar in the pages, but yes, I assume this will be like, we have to name the riders with the blocks that we have to find. Another dollar. We're getting rich. Should buy some figurines. There's a cube-shaped hole in the crucifix too. Okay, lots of cubes that we need. Anything else around here? Other than, of course, the secret passage, but there's also a door shortcut free. So back to our maths puzzles. I walked on floors of germanium. Before me were 3 crosses and 2 columns. A guard asked me for the code. I called Agatha's detective for a hint, but he had moved to another country. The guard told me that if I was wise, I should count my teeth. Okay, this is referencing a bunch of things. So 3 crosses and 2 columns, that could be like plus, plus, plus equals, right? So we have to add 4 things to each other, and that's gonna be the result. Germanium is a periodic table element. Agatha's detective, I assume Agatha Christie, but he had moved to another country. Interesting. And count my teeth. So like it will be the 11 for germanium plus something to do with, what's that, Agatha Christie detective Poirot, moving to another country plus your teeth equals something. What is the germanium has atomic number of 32. Yeah, Hercule Poirot is the Agatha Christie detective, or at least one of them. Yeah, because there's a Jane Marple, but he's a Belgian detective. So what would that mean? He had moved to another country. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much this game, because it did say it depends on external knowledge, like, 24-hour clocks and Roman numerals. But like, how much does it depend on the general knowledge like this? What's germanium and knowing who Poirot is and his backstory? Or, are you supposed to just look this up? But what would be the significance of him moving in terms of like, if we're saying it's a numerical equation? Because then humans have 32 teeth as well, which is interestingly the number of germanium. So is it just that? Is it just we're not adding anything? It's just the number 32. Not sure how it's related to Poirot, but who knows? It is, apparently, though. So there wasn't any adding, just a bunch of misdirection. And this is bolted. Okay, so the shortcuts are like two-sided. You can't access a new area with them. You have to have been in both sides and unlock the shortcut door in order to even get anywhere with them. I mean, makes sense, right? They're shortcuts. They're not get to a new area. Okay, so this is back to here. This locked door we know nothing about. So now we just have the ace card, if we can find the ace door, but also those tubes that I have to think about more. Okay, well, let's have a look at it again. So this is this guy. So last time I tried it with the 2 pieces and it didn't work, but potentially I've missed a combination. Okay, let's try this again. So I tried it with just this one, and that didn't work. So something else. We put this in there, and then this. That work, and then the square. Okay, is that cheaper then? Because that costs 130 plus 425 plus 80. That's 635, which I guess is cheaper than the previous option. But it's an interesting thing of like 2 simple pieces are more expensive than doing a complicated version. Okay, let's see. 635. Yep, that works. I just needed to think about it more. Okay, so we get floor 1. That should help a bit with our navigation and stuff like that. I still don't know what we're doing with the coffee machines. Yeah, there's the card doors. So we're looking for the card door, see if that card is going to help with that, but it's not on this floor. A secret chapel. Okay, so that shortcut was to here. We haven't even been in there. Let's look at our map. So we have floor 1 and we have floor 3. There are no cards. So somewhere in floor 2, maybe there is the heart door. But obviously, like, we have multiple different access areas. And have I even seen a map on floor 2? Have I even explored this side? It's locked. Okay. Okay, so this is even like, I didn't see this side of the mezzanine. Order 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. The etymologist dream, just cut up into 4 pieces and arranged weirdly. Oh, there's the tube for floor 2, I assume. Okay, so we have Andre plan. Okay, well, let's see which puzzle is that then. Okay, so this area was just that this was upside down, and instead of 9 times 81, it's 6 times 18, so 108. Now let's see. Yep. Well, that one is probably the simplest of them all. Cool. Okay, so here's the art door, but it's somewhere where we haven't even accessed yet. Yeah, there's a lot more house to discover. Yeah, so there's the statue. There's a hole in the forehead, yeah. Well, I don't think we have anything unless it's this card. Probably not, yeah. It has to be something that matches the shape. And then there's another poster. I think that's actually the last one. We got $1 too. $20 now. Okay, that goes here. Latest mystery show. Then his head. The eyes. There we go. And do spirits come back? Cool, that gives us something. Just, yeah, it's bolted from the other side. Okay, so I think there is one more of those tubes in the basement that I failed to open, but that's not here. That's down here. We can buy more figurines. Because yeah, we can get all of them now if we want to. We get a little cube block. So yeah, that's so far the only thing I've seen for spending the dollars. Hey, last one. It's a man. But yes, I wonder if this is like references to their different games that they've made or something. Because yeah, it's not for game progression. Try to picture someone looking at you from a window. Who is it? Okay, device for. I actually don't know what other games those developers made, so not sure about the references here. But yeah, I got all the figurines and I got an achievement, so it's not something. I mean, the game explicitly says you don't need to get them. It's just a fun thing. Okay, what was the name here then? The RA person. So let's look at those plans. This one. This one is the weirdest one, right? Because everything else gives us numbers to work from, and they seem to be standalone pieces. So it's like, is there hidden cost, or is the answer just 000? There is no hidden cost. No, there is some hidden cost. We have to figure out this. Yeah, interestingly, that one, the only extra information on it is that it's north is to the side, so it's not the plan is not aligned. Oh, if we turn it for the north to be up, it says 761 or something. Maybe like it's an actual hidden coast, as in the numbers are hidden in the picture. No, okay. I think it's that. I think it's numbers hidden in the picture. I just need to figure out what the numbers are. So if we turn it correct, we get. Because what I thought it was like 7 here, 6, and 1. But it is not. It could be 7, 6, 9, like this. Like I'm not sure what the rules are for forming the numbers. Nope. So we're looking for the hidden numbers in this picture. I've so far tried to like make all of those empty spaces into some possible numbers, but actually if we look at the walls, we do get 714. So that might be the code. Let's try it out. Or yes, finally. Finally this one. So we've got the cellar. We've got an achievement too, so that might be all of the maps. Obviously, as we can see how much we've not unlocked. Horseman room. What are those about? Basement lounge, gaming room. The cellar of the hotel is the home of a modern kitchen, a wine cellar, a cutting-edge toilet for all kinds of needs, and a space fit for a lounge with a pool table. The old prison cell, which was previously only reachable from the outside, has been kept, but a shortcut leading to the elevator hallway has been added for convenience. Stairs from the elevator room lead to a space which has not yet been excavated, but this space deep below could be used to hide the most valuable secrets in the future. Yeah, so this is how we come in from the entrance, and we're in here now, and there's the movie poster. So we'll have to reach this area from the outside somehow, and then there's the elevator, and that goes below as well. Interesting, it's because I think that this staircase from the shortcut here will go to the outside, because that was the bit where we saw where there's a staircase coming up and there's a dollar behind a fence. So have we used all of the sketches now? We've used this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, yeah. So yes, I guess we've got all of the maps now. So this is locked. So what's our next step? Let's look into our mental notes. Yeah, we have the sculpture. We have lots of padlocks, cube-shaped things, key, code for backyard keypad, code for exhibition, bring script pages. That would require us actually finding them. Video cassettes, help the old woman see. Well, she's gonna need some eyes to go in those magenta spaces. The third eye here's all. Crank is missing. Roman numeral with 8 letters. Yeah, I think we found one, but it's that one's 10 letters, so that's too long. Spades door, diamonds door, ace door. Yeah, we have the ace, but we can't get to the ace door. Tune on the piano. Yeah, request bag report 2. Padlock by the stairs, padlock, astronomical clock, unlock the journal. Yeah, that's a lot of things. That's a lot of padlocks that are like, what are we even doing for them? Okay, so we have all the maps, car doors, various things like that. Okay, there's the astronomical clock. Maybe we should check it out, see if anything fits in there. Because yeah, there is some Roman numerals here. We could maybe, but obviously there's not enough. What are we trying to set? No, because this is only 4 inputs in the end. That's probably unrelated. And this is the zodiac sign, so it's also not the symbols from the paintings. So no, I think this is some other stuff we don't know about yet. What else is there on the maps? This is all locked. Locked. Well, I guess we could try maybe calling somewhere else, like this room. Like, what if we call 1847? Will anything happen? 1847? No. Yes? Help me? Please help me. I am adrift in the vermilion depths. Okay, well, we got something out of it, but not quite sure how to help. Yeah, we're not gonna just be calling everyone who's on this list. That would be not good. We don't need that. You don't have that much in terms of possessions. Our history, yeah, that doesn't help. Yes. Do you have my lost pages? Slide them in under the door. Well, I do not, so I guess, yeah, we can't get in that room until we find his pages, which I've seen none of those yet. Electronic Art Symposium. Cafe, photo exhibition, mother, her sister and father. Hyodev's band, name in telex, Yuna's project. What can we say? We can actually say something, okay. Is that your name? There is no reaction. Well, we have to find some words to say to her then. Yeah, this has Roman numerals on it, but like the picture, it looks like it has just other numbers in an order. It's like 032918754 which I mean, the shape resembles the keypad. So is that it? Like, is that the arrangement of numbers on the keypad, but we still need a code, or is this what we press? I mean, no, it's not what we press, right? Because it only has 4 inputs. So I think this is just signifying to us that the keypad is not laid out as you think it would be. You have to use this layout when you have the numbers. Well, actually, what do those Roman numerals add up to? Okay, D is 500. Can never remember. So we have 1,500. Then and 300 after the 500. So it's 1,500 plus 300, so that's 1,800. Actually, did they just give us the answer here? Because the last one is MDCCCXLVII. So yeah, they just tell us it's 1,847. We don't even have to solve it. So then we need to just enter it based on that keypad shape. So it will be middle, then 1 to the right, 1 down, and 2 across. There we go. Just need to be more observant. Okay, well, there was another keypad like that up here, but is that here? Like, do we need to press the numbers that are on the, like the letters that correspond to the letters here? Okay, well, maybe if we go alphabetical order, so it's this, this. No, is it? Okay, so it says Renzo on the code from this slate here. Call about puzzle boxes. Lorelei Y, so Verschlossen, Erwin Rungen, Teak, Oak, Steel, Aluminum. In Verschlossen, Erwin Rungen, the artist invites us to participate, play, and ponder. At a glance and first touch, these boxes appear nonsensical and unopenable. At closer inspection, patterns appear, forming meaning and order, and the participant can start to sense that this piece is only part of a greater puzzle with solutions elsewhere, perhaps even elsewhen. So they're like, we need to gather information in space and time to solve this stuff. We will need to figure it out. And we also have to call him about the boxes for some reason, which might be some sort of clue. Oh, it's the magenta person. They have magenta themselves. Or did someone magenta them? Oh, there's the crank. We were looking for this. There's cables going everywhere. Tell them about the dead person. 1847. Okay, well, wasn't that just the code we used? Yes, it was. Don't need it anymore. Red glass shards around her from the mirror. She's holding onto a broken key. Yep, can we fix it in some way? Okay, we can make some shape. Okay, it's gonna make a number maybe. What kind of number would we like? It's like 4, 7. What is this? 1, and then it connects to something. Okay, let's just make a. What is the room number we were trying to get into? Or is this 1847? Is that what we need to make? Because it was the code for here, but it's actually also what we need to make here. So 1, 8, 4, and 7, which might also be the room number we're trying to get into. The one where we called and someone was saying they're trapped in Vermilion. Yep, we've got her key, so that might be for that room then. Horse door, non-interactive. Another horse door, non-interactive. Another horse door, non-interactive. And, okay, so that's the 4 horsemen from the chapel. We've got a locked gate with a keypad, and we have to do some directional puzzle. So we have this here. Yes, 1847. So that's the number. So okay, E is 4. So when we press E, it's gonna be 4. We press east, that's gonna count as 4. Then west is east divided by east, so west is 1. Then south is north minus west, but we don't know. Well, north is east plus east, so it's 8, and therefore south is 8 minus 1, so it's 7. So to make 1847, we have to press west, north, east, south. So west, north, east, south. There we go. We're opening lots of things. I was kind of feeling stuck for a little bit there, and I was like, oh, where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do? But now I've actually managed to be on a roll for a little bit. books about divination, modern astrology, unknown stars, unknown future. Meteorites from Tertius Oculus are still found on Earth to this day. In Rubrum Astronomica, Lucius writes, when the third eye passes us by, the world belongs to creators. It's a time for beauty and chaos. An artist will be crowned king, and he will lead our victory over Mammon. He will create items of great beauty, and for a fleeting moment there will be harmony in chaos. But order will be restored, and knights of the third eye end in blood. Artists will die or surrender to the merchants. Mammon will not be denied, but artifacts of these knights will remain among us. An American dollar was hidden between these pages. Yes, it's the struggle between art and the money, the zodiacs. Who are we? Yeah, okay, so that gives us the zodiac symbols, but we still need to know how to arrange them in that clock. In the cards, cartomancy for beginners. The Ace of Spades, also known as the Death card or the Spadille, has been a symbol related to war and also asexuality. But in the French tradition of fortune telling, it would usually mean bad luck or death in one's future. A card fell out of the book. It's the Ace of Spades. Okay, maybe we have access to that or oculomancy. It's in the eyes. There's of course more to oculomancy than simply reading the reflections in questioner's eyes. Over the next chapters, we'll learn about what an oculomancer can tell about the soul by the shape of their eyes, the color of the iris, and how we can provide spiritual guidance by studying the nuances in a bloodshot eye and the structure of the vessel. Okay, yes, there's definitely some eye obsession going on. More books. A Skeptic's Guide to Crystal Gazing. To understand crystalmancy, we must understand that all divinity is therapeutic, not paranormal. Over the years, there have been several scientific studies out of the practice, and many come to the same conclusion. Crystal gazing is self-hypnotism. What you see in the crystal could simply be something you have forgotten or repressed. And what are we going to see? Transcendental numerology. 1 is the divine, 9 is death, 6 is life, and 3 is creation. Combining them tells us about the holy powers and visions within each person and how to use them in creativity. This is then the year for creation at all costs, life or death. To those willing to see it, 1963 is the year of finality and new beginnings, okay? Because it's those numbers. And then we also had the 4 statues, the 4 symbols on the card and on the painting. So it could all be related. Because it's like we have the dreamer, magicians, creators, and artists. So they might somehow map to this as well. 7 moving astronomical objects. It is believed that the Babylonians were the first to divide the moon phase cycles into 4, which became what we today know as a week. They also developed a horoscope by assigning them the 7 classical planets: Moon, Monday, Mars, Tuesday, Mercury, Wednesday, Jupiter, Thursday, Venus, Friday, Saturn, Saturday, and the Sun, Sunday. So that's the symbols in that celestial bodies art. But where will that take us? Because we also had the journal that needed some moon phases on it. So maybe that's something. Lunar phases of 1847. Yeah, so that might be something we need for the journal. That's for the whole year, so we still need to understand which dates we want. Well, let's look into this crystal ball. A voice echoes from within the crystal ball. I see your destiny. I see islands, caves. Your tragic fate leads you to an island far away. Sulawesi. Sulawesi? What does that mean? In the cave where this started thousands of years ago. Do you wish to hear more? Sure. The year is 1982. You will wander the paths of that primordial cave. You will go north, you will go east, you will go south, you will go west. Okay, now we're playing text adventure. We will go north. No. We'll go east. No. We'll go south. We'll go west. No, I guess we have to know some sort of directions to take for this. At this point, you will see absolutely nothing. Will you not wander the true path? Yes, we have to get a set of directions to tell into this crystal ball. Not here. Call me 1798 Lorenzo. Okay, we have to call Lorenzo on 1798. Well, we've got plenty to do. There's more statues that need something inserted in them. There's a key in the tree, an E-shaped key. There was an east door. And there's a shortcut that's bolted from the other side. Okay, we've been there. We don't have anything to put on the horse. Well, I found plenty of things we can possibly use, so hopefully we'll have a lot of discoveries next time. Let me know what you think about the game so far, and I will see you soon on another adventure.